you can call yourself a global citizen for the purposes of being an open-minded person to receive ideas wherever they come from. But to prematurely say that it is time that we destroyed the concept of political borders is to make an irresponsible statement. Because while that may be the ideal vision, if the rest of the society or the rest of the world has not arrived at that point of maturity, if you hasten that particular step, then you are single-handedly responsible for chaos. Because the existence of a border means the existence of a sovereign government, which translates to somebody taking the responsibility for law and order within that particular society. If you say, I want to destroy borders, and you do not give an alternative in terms of how are people supposed to govern themselves, when within the community itself, within a single community, no matter which community, there are so many problems, how do you hope to address all of these issues? What world body or what world order or what world government are you looking at? That argument, according to me, is the product of utopian thinking when the world is not ready for utopia. It is this civilization's position that ultimately that should be the direction in which you move, where you're not judged on race, on caste, on class, on gender, whatever it may be. But that is an evolutionary process where you move step by step. The current conflict is effectively a conflict between two sets of ideologies. One which says, let's bring in the revolution, and the perpetual revolution has been going on since 1917, October of 1917, and wherever it has gone, it has only resulted in chaos. It has not offered any viable solution at all as a replacement. And the other says, the state shall wither away at its own sweet time when the society is happy with it and is ready with it. When you say, let's hasten the process, let's expedite the process, isko thoda fast forward kar dete hai, what happens to those people who are looking up to the state for some kind of a resolution of their issues? The state at the end of the day is the product of social contract where people say, if we choose to decide our disputes among themselves, we may end up drawing the sword. Therefore, the monopoly of violence and the use of force is given to the state. That is the contract that you entered into with the state. Therefore, it is only the state that shall ensure that there is law and order in the region where it occupies or in the geography where it exists. Who takes the responsibility for all of this? जो अपने घर का ना हो सका वो दुनिया का कभी नहीं हो सकता है. If you cannot be loyal to your own home, you cannot be loyal to the society. If you cannot be loyal to your society, you cannot be loyal to the country. And if you cannot be loyal to the country, I don't think you'll be loyal to the world. It is a selfish motive which effectively says, I am this high-minded intellectual who is God knows smoking what. And I want to effectively destroy borders. It's not a personal comment. Please, it's not a personal comment. It's effectively, perhaps, you've given me an opportunity to vent my frustration on certain aspects. So when somebody says this and says, no, I am this intellectual, the rules of the society don't apply to me, I will sit in some remote corner of an academic campus, enjoying the benefits of the state and calling for its destruction because I'm a global citizen. Give up the benefits of the state. Give up the benefit of the state and beg for food the way the true seeker was expected to before. Bhiksha mango, then ask for it. Okay? But on the one hand, you constantly want entitlements, freedoms, concessions, raise in this, raise in that from the state, and you're still attacking the state. Jis thali mein khaya, usi mein chhed kiya.